Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're taking a look at Xeno Trunks. At the moment I've got him at 55%, that way I can make use out of him in the 55% video for LR God Vegeta. So let's go ahead and give him a Dokkan Awakening. Obviously the video you're watching right now is going to become the level 10 Link Rainbow video, but for now let's just go ahead and get him awakened. I think that the Xeno Trunks looks like he's going to be pretty good. I can always find spots on the team for competitive support type characters, right? Characters who are going to make our strong Dokkan Fest LRs and strong EZA characters able to handle, you know, like slot 1 and 2. Well, I mean, not really slot 2, but slot 1, right? So, I mean, we'll take a look at this Trunks, but I do at least have high hopes for him. I think Xeno Trunks should be pretty solid. So, alright, just wanted to get him Dokkan Awakened. I guess for this video, let's now rainbow him. Alright guys, let's go ahead and put the rainbow on Xeno Trunks here. An INT character, my favorite. That means we could get that dodge nice and high. You guys already know the deal, what we're doing here. I actually felt like a little bit of the raw defense in the bronze slot probably could be pretty helpful as well. So this is what we'll be working with for Xeno Trunks. Really tighten up that defense, let him be a defensive support type character, and I think that this is going to get us a lot of W's, with Trunks kind of, you know, fulfilling a little bit of a stronger defensive role for us. Alright gamers, here we are in an event. We got our boy Xeno Trunks. So I think I like this Xeno Trunks quite a bit. I do think so. He seems pretty intriguing to me. I feel like we could use him quite a bit. Now, in some situations, we do have to be very careful with the way he's structured. I mean, here, let's just go through a turn here, and then we'll kind of go over, like, next time. I mean, there's a lot of different... Well, I guess... Okay, quickly. Here, let's just hit this for Vegeta and Trunks. I mean, I do want to show... Like, when we do these showcases, I do want to show, like, all their abilities and such, right? So, Trunks has this thing going on with the type of key sphere he obtains in slot 2 or 3. Now, he's more defensive in slot 2 and gives defensive support in slot 2, and he's more offensive in slot 3, as we see right here, and gives offensive support in slot 3. I think a lot of times, if we're able to get away with it, this ability will be really nice. Xeno Trunks in slot 3 with the STR HL or Tech Key Sphere. I was going to do a turn first, but whatever. Let's just show this. See, here's kind of an unfortunate moment we had. I mean, this is against Bio Broly, who, I mean, at the moment, I mean, even when we get, like, harder fights or RE content level fights, right, that are, like, longer, structured more difficultly, whatever we want to say, Bio Broly's damage is still going to be on par with them, right? Like, this fight's not really too hard. It just hits very hard. Now, Trunks is a dodge character that does not get guard unless he's in slot 2, and unless he's in slot 2 and specifically gets the STR AGL or Tech Key Sphere, right? By the way, I do love Iron's thumbnail right there. I was there on stream when he made that. I don't love the title. The title irks me with Iron Kane. The thumb is very funny though. Iron is very, I mean, fake, but we'll talk about that a different day. We'll do that we'll talk about that on stream when we're doing Ari. Okay, so let's come back. So we got, let's see. Do we get the Tech Orbs and I imagine I get the Tech Orbs to give the offensive support to God Vegeta, because it's a, you know, God Vegeta showcase right there. So we got that. So what Trunks did was the all allies 40% attack and 20% crit for 3 turns. Very strong ability, but let's see how this turn plays out, right? Keep in mind, we had UI Goku Phase 2 support up as well. Remember, this hits super class allies, so, you know, it's 20% attack and defense that Xeno Trunks was getting. It doesn't hit God Vegeta since he's a villain, but Xeno Trunks is a super class character. Okay, so here, let's just go ahead and watch this Xeno Trunks turn right here. So he comes out with a 31 million attack stat, decent. Decent, right there. I mean, he's a ban unit, a dodging ban unit, not exactly bad, right? And he's got lots of support and shit. We hit that right there. We got a crit, but then boom. Almost 3 million damage to a normal. Now, again, Trunks is not guarding or anything like that, and that's Bio Broly. So, I mean, in a situation like that, like, it's like if I am going to run... This was literally, like, pretty much the first time we were using them, too. But it's like, right there, learn my lesson. Like, we're taking Xeno Trunks against a powerful physical type enemy. We're going to want to run him in slot 2. Right, slot 2, and then probably more specifically with this right here, the STR AGL or Tech Key Sphere. Like, if I'm using this guy in Bio Broly again, you'll notice we're going to be doing this right here. I don't think I'm really going to be aiming for an INT or physical Key Sphere too often. I mean, the extra 20% dodge could be good if we know specifically there's going to be, like, a super attack there. Maybe we have a Scouter up, and we can see that the attack is going to be there. And then, I mean, I guess we'll just do, like, a run later on where we can get the, you know, the crit and the additional and stuff like that. So, right here on this rotation, I don't know, what do we want to do with Xeno Trunks on this actual turn right here? I guess, like, he gets his defensive abilities in slot 2. I don't know. I guess I'll just hit the STR AGL or Tech because this is going to give Vegeta and Trunks some extra defense for slot 1, I suppose. We'll hit that. So now they would have had a little bit more defensive support from Xeno Trunks. By the way, Trunks does have a KO screen, by the way, a fadeaway KO screen. Couple of characters. Remember, God Vegeta has his KO screen at the end of his 18-key super in God form. And then Xeno Trunks has a fadeaway KO screen as well, which is cool. Alright, so we are running Vegeta family. We do have Vegeta and Trunks. I mean, this is their, you know, second rotation, Vegeta and Trunks. So they've already done 2 of their 18-key stacks. In just, like, a regular event like this, we're in the baby red zone right here. It's not like that stack is going to turn, like, oh my god, wow, now Xeno Trunks is so crazy thanks to Vegeta and Trunks. But, I mean, it's a little bit of extra juice, right? One criticism I do have of Xeno Trunks big time, maybe one of the reasons we saw him get cooked by our bully could have something to do with this. So that 25 million right there. His super attack effect is 50% attack for 1 turn, supreme damage, and greatly lower enemy defense. He doesn't have defense from his super attack effect. I hate that. I do. Is that the hidden potential system additional super right there? That was. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, because Trunks, when attacking with 12 key, he gets a guaranteed additional super. We do love that. And then we got the hidden... So we open up with the hidden potential system additional super. That's great. Love that. I love that. I love that. So let me just jump on over. So, again, not a fan of this. I don't know why he doesn't have defense here. I mean, to be fair, we did get clapped for almost 3 million. So, I mean, if Trunks is getting 50% defense, does that really help right there? No, right? So, okay. So there was a turn right there. Keep in mind, he's giving massive support. We're running a full Vegeta family team at the moment. So, Xeno Trunks is supporting all these characters. He's got the dodge, he's got crit, he's got additional super, right? Like, he is just genuinely, I think, a very strong character. Alright, guys, here we are on our next rotation. So remember, the Vegeta family team is where we can come to massively juice all types of characters up, by the way. With Daima Vegeta potentially hitting these EX supers, with Super EZA Trunks and his powerful 3-turn support, right? Like, we just, you know, Xeno Trunks, kind of the same thing. We could put him in slot 3, get his support. Could be pretty huge. Alright, let's get an INT or physical orb with Xeno Trunks right here. Again, I'm just going to highlight this, like, every single turn as we do this. We're going to grab this right here so we can get the extra dodge, and then we can potentially dodge Baby's AoE. I don't really think Xeno Trunks is probably in danger from the AoE anyway, but this would be a good opportunity to hit this. I imagine this will trigger right away as soon as, like, the turn and orbs are locked in, by the way. So, we're going to get an INT or physical key sphere here to get him the extra 20% dodge. Trunks does not need to attack to trigger that dodge. I think just hitting the orbs should lock that in. So now Trunks has that extra dodge chance, right? So, okay. All right, let's hit this. Let's see how we're going to do. I think Vegeta and Trunks should be okay in this run as well. Because Vegeta and Trunks, where they are, like, worthless, is if a fight is just way too hard, way too much at the start. Like, if they get chances to build up a little bit, they can still do some stuff. But, I mean, they're a character outside of Festival that's hurt very badly by them needing to be in slot 1, right? That's just... Like, it's one of those problems like INT Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Like, needing to be in slot 1 is a death sentence for characters and the aging process, right? All right, so yep, there's Xeno Trunks dodging it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's see what he does right here. So throughout the course of this video, I do want to show Xeno Trunks, you know, with all these turns, right? Like show him, you know, with his damage in slot 3, with his dodge there, all that type of stuff, right? So decent by Trunks, decent by Trunks. My only real one gripe about him, it really is, I just wish he had defense on his super attack effect. Maybe if I really wanted to be a little bitchy, I could say I'd love if some of his stronger defensive abilities would trigger in slot 3, because it's kind of like it's strange. Like Trunks is defensive in slot 2 and offensive in slot 3. So we're gonna need to do like we'll go another run. Maybe we'll do a crossover team run, and kind of like use Trunks with a little bit of offensive ability as well, because we do want to show all this. So okay, I guess I'll come back next rotation. We'll keep getting rotations for Xeno Trunks. Pretty powerful band unit, I think. Ah, this is quite frustrating here, actually. Yeah, this is really annoying. Okay. Damn. Because I had wanted... This is the rotation I was looking to get. I mean, Trunks could be very defensive. I was kind of looking to line this turn up against Grid 8 Baby. I mean, to be fair, Trunks might have just dodged the super. I was looking to line that up, because we would have the incredibly powerful Cold Judgment link activated with this Super Easy 8 Trunks. Super Easy 8 Trunks gives huge support, but unfortunately now we just get here and Baby's got like half a health bar left, so we're not really going to be able to see anything. That is such a shame. All right, well I've got a plan for that. Okay, so Trunks' link set here: Messenger from the Future, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Royal Lineage, Prepare for Battle, Xenoverse, and Fierce Battle. That is the link set that Xeno Trunks is working with. And here are his best linking partners. Unfortunately, it's mostly just Trunks characters who do suck. But, oh, you know what we should do? And this is where, again, I do think, man, I think people's criticisms this year of Dokkan, you know, about 11th anniversary and being frustrated with time-limited content, I do think is on the mark, right? 100%. But I do think the way Dokkan has handled team building, character strength, releases, and all that has been just quite so very good. It really has. And I'm gonna start being more loud about that, because I don't want that to get washed away in the sea of negativity, right? I mean, even I've been very frustrated and complain about things a lot lately, right? But like, don't forget about this guy who does need a Trunks on the team. Well, I mean, bro, I think this Trunks is very good. I don't like running this guy is not a problem. This is quite literally, I mean, one of the very best Trunks characters we have ever seen. Let me just take a look at this. So obviously the best Trunks ever is original release Vegeta and Trunks. And people really hate this character, but their original release was one of the top 5 strongest characters ever by far. Like they gapped the game almost more than any other release ever gapped the game. It's like them and like Kale and Khalifa and like maybe like STR Gogeta or something like that. Like it's like that's like the list, right? Like it's crazy. So we're looking at old time Trunks characters. I mean, I do like the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, especially when they first came out. This character was really great when they first came out. I think the thing that hurts this character when we talk about historical context is as long as their standby, like they had the best charging standby, they were so good. But then 2 weeks later, the Family Kamehameha was a better charging standby than theirs, which hurt that character. But they were still very good. I really like the Trunks and Goten. I was never as high on this character as other people. I don't want to say they're bad, though. Obviously, this character's original release was very silly. But, like, if we look at the history of Trunks characters, I just don't think he doesn't have the meat and potatoes that some of these other characters do. He certainly has it better than Bardock, right? Bardock is a bad one. Of, like, not really many very good Bardocks. I did really enjoy this character when they came out during the 4th anniversary, part 2. I did enjoy that quite a bit. Okay, well, all right, let's continue on. So here's what we're going to do in this turn. So we're not going to get to see Xeno Trunks attack, unfortunately, but we could still have Xeno Trunks really affect the fight, right? So here, let's just hit this. And then we could just hit this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with Xeno Trunks, since unfortunately we kind of like, you know, ended up with this rotation where Baby has half of a health bar. we're going to drop this right here, the STR Tech Key Sphere in slot 3. So all allies 40% attack and then the 20% crit for 3 turns, right? Like, that's an ability that actually could be very effective for us, right? Like, so we'll play this next rotation where, you know, they're getting some support from Trunks. And then we'll do some more footage with Trunks. Again, there's a lot of different ways we can play with this guy. You know, using some of his defensive slot 2 abilities, some of his offensive slot 3 abilities. So that'll be good. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're on to the next phase. Now we can start dropping powerful active skills. And, you know, we've got a little bit of support from Trunksu here. All right, so we'll just go ahead and drop all these here. All right, so let's start with Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's active. You know, the crit chance certainly could help this guy, because Daima Vegeta does, I would say a lot of the time, need a little bit of help with his crit. All right, we'll drop the father-son Gallet Gun right there. That'll be good. And then we also have the Spirit Bomb that we can drop as well. Perfect. Yeah, good damage right there. All right, we'll go with Blue Goku in slot 1. So we'll probably go Blue Goku. You know what? I could do this. To get... I could definitely do that to get orbs for Blue Goku. Then we can drop this, and we'll still have the orbs for this guy. We'll still have plenty of orbs for him. Perfect. All right, so remember, Trunks is giving just a lot of support overall, right? Anytime we got characters we could run who are giving multiple turns support, that really makes me want to run them. I think, like, really powerful support type characters are so fucking important. They really are. It's very, very, very important to have those types of characters. All right, so let's see how we do with this turn. We should be able to blast Baby on out of here. I bet you if Blue Goku failed to dodge, he probably would just live it anyway. I don't think Baby is hitting hard enough. Although, keep in mind, with this team, we are fighting full power Baby, right? Because we've got Pure Saiyan and Hybrid Saiyan. And we don't have an artificial life form character, so that's when Baby's at full power. Okay, perfect. 100 million already for you, huh? Yeah, beautiful. Yep, get those crits. Any crit we see, I mean, Trunks helped a little. Although, I mean, this character rapidly has a very high chance to crit, right? But, I mean, Trunks is helping a little bit. A little Trunks support, We're not mad at it. And then, remember, we have Super Easy A Trunks, who also has 3-turn Vegeta family support. So, it's like, you get this Vegeta family team out, and it's just like, we just have support flowing everywhere. And then, especially if we're hitting our EX Supers and stuff, like, we could run mini Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta as well. And, I mean, don't forget how powerful his support is from his super attack effect. That would be an interesting rotation. If you have mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1, and then you had, like, Xeno Trunks in slot 2, he probably would be very fucking tanky. Because, remember, any, like, defensive support from super attack effects, like, that hits allies, is always ridiculously powerful. Okay. Alright, Daima Vegeta, we should be chilling, obviously. Again, we got all this support flowing all over. He didn't do very many attacks, did he? Bro, Daima Vegeta, man. I think earlier, like, in the year, like, I must have just been getting really good luck with Daima Vegeta and, like, a lot of procs and a lot of videos. Lately, I feel like we're not hitting the luck, and he's been getting fillet of fucking fish, dude. Like, Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's been getting blasted in some of these fights. I mean, that is the reality of EX Supers, huh? as we've got EX supers all over the place, I mean, there's a lot more, you know, RNG added into the mix, no doubt about it. Remember, Xeno Trunks' support is still active, by the way. We still are rocking Xeno Trunks support. We can hit this and full heal us, right? Close, 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 close. All right, and then we can hit this right here. We're not gonna die, are we? Maybe. I thought within these 2 turns we would have been able to kill Baby. I guess not. Oh, good dodge right there, sure. I guess we do have the father-son Gallet gun on this turn up though. This is giving us massive defensive support. Perfect, perfect. All right, come on, fellas. Let's get a W and no bullshit. W and no L's. That's what we're looking to get right here. W, no L. And then we still do... Well, what's funny is this is going to be a banning unit video for this Xeno Trunks. That might actually be a little bit longer than some banning unit videos are. I feel like we still have barely even scratched the surface of this Trunks. We got to look at him quite a bit more. We could run him in Cell Max a little bit, and, you know, we could test out, you know, INT and Physical Orb in slot 2, getting that extra dodge, see if that works, right? Like, we've got some stuff we could do. Yeah, looks like we are going to kill Baby. Perfect. Okay, this Daima Vegeta, we hit our procs. This is what happens when he hits his procs. Cool, 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 cool. Good shit. Good shit, good shit, good shit. Yeah, he can be a juggernaut, but I guess you're just... It's like, remember, you're not flipping a coin. Imagine you're flipping like 5 coins at once. You're basically flipping 5 fucking coins at once. I hope we get 4 heads, man. I love head. Right? Like, it's that's the way it is with some of these characters nowadays, huh? Jeez, dude. All right, let's keep going with Xeno Trunks. We got a lot to see, All right, guys. So we're here in our next run. We have seen quite a bit of Trunks at this point. I probably could get like a better, like we could do like a max rotation or something like that. But I was just curious. I mean, I guess this is turn 1 against this Trunks and Goten. So they don't exactly hit very hard, but remember, one of the big things I do want to show here still is we want to get the INT or Physical Key Sphere in slot 3. So this actually works out perfectly for us. I want to get that INT or Physical Key Sphere in slot 3. Trunks and Goten are also supering in slot 3. So this will be very good for us to see. So let's do this. I think Aos should be okay, right? Yeah, I think so. Here, let's hit this. Alright, and then we got Xeno Trunks. We are going to have Cold Judgment up, which is always very good. So, let's go with Xeno Trunks. See how he does right here. Let's hit this. So this is going to give him, you know, what is it? Guaranteed crit and guaranteed additional super. Yep. Alright, this fight should be pretty easy. In that God Vegeta, Gohan can't do shit to God Vegeta. I don't think at all. So, crossover should completely decimate this fight, because I don't think Gohan's going to be able to touch God Vegeta basically at any point in this fight. Remember, I think Gohan, I mean, he generates the lion's share of his power. Well, I guess God Vegeta isn't guarding, though, huh? He doesn't guard, so maybe like turn 6. Gohan could be a lot for God Vegeta, we'll see. But the one thing that's good is because Gohan instant super attacks and you can't dodge it, we are forced to eat that. So Vegeta is just going to have max supers every turn, which will be good. That's exactly where, you know, had God Vegeta given like defensive super attack effect to allies, like I think that's an easy way they could have made God Vegeta better. Would be give him like a super attack effect like mini Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, honestly. Because, I mean, they made God Vegeta similarly designed. They could have added that piece to him, too. That would have been huge, especially for some of these weaker crossover characters. If every one of those super attacks by God Vegeta was giving defensive support to allies, it'd be huge. Alright, so these are guaranteed 3 crit supers. Hidden potential system, we don't get it. Okay, do we eat this? We dodge it, okay. Remember, Trunks baseline has a decent amount of dodge, right? 50% dodge, because no matter what, he's got 50% dodge, 50% crit. Well, as long as we have these conditions up, but I mean, I don't like, these are mostly the teams we run in Trunks on anyway. I don't know, I'm not dying to run him on like hybrids or something like that, especially not with his conditions, right? So, all right, I guess at this point I guess we'll just come back when Trunks shows up. It'll be several turns until we see Trunks again, so we'll probably come back later. Alright guys, I just wanted to test out a little bit more of Trunks' kind of like power, just maybe like juice him up a little bit and see how we can kind of look here. I guess we did go over now most of Trunks' abilities, you kind of seen the way he's set up. I think he's pretty good. It's just, you'll have to be mindful of the orbs you're getting for him at all times. I mean, certainly if we're fighting like a powerful physical boss, right, we're going to want to make sure to probably put him in slot 2 and get him the orb that would get him guard, right? Like, you know, some things like that. But I think they designed a pretty good Trunks here. And, I mean, we could definitely run Vegeta family and, you know, have like an interesting little setup where we use like both Majin Vegetas with this guy, right? Like, we could definitely get some good stuff. I mean, I'm glad they gave us a solid Trunks here, so this is very good. So, I think what I'll do right here is we'll go for Trunks with an STR, AGL, or Tech Key Sphere in slot 3. And then we'll maybe do just a couple rotations of, I think, Trunks doing that. I think that should be pretty good, right? Alright, let's hit this. And then, again, we could just get Trunks, this bad boy right here. And we can see how we'll do. I think we'll probably get, like, turn 2, maybe turn 5, and turn 8. And we'll finish the video up, I think, probably. But all in all, pretty good. I think Dokkan, there's most of the characters in 2026 I have liked, right? I think they've done a pretty good job this year with designing a lot of the characters' kits. Hopefully they continue to do that. Especially while we have the scourge of limited time content. Hopefully Dokkan at least continues to put good-ass characters out. Is that way you pick these characters up. I gotta imagine those limited time fights are going to be permanent eventually. And then, you know, can sweep them with some of these, like, new powerful characters, right? Alright, so remember, when we have Trunks in slot 3, and we get him one of those orbs, remember, he does have that powerful support that's going to be up for a while, which is going to be pretty good right here. So we're at 25 million right there. And remember, he'll do a couple of super attacks, you know, building up the damage right there during the turn, sure. Okay. Alright, we'll come back again. Turn 5 and turn 8. Alright, guys. Here, this is that rotation I wanted to get earlier on here. Let's do this. So we'll be able to get a lot of powerful links. Yeah, look at his defense skyrocket up here, you know, with Cold Judgment. We got Vegeta and Trunks right there. We do have Vegeta and Trunks doing their 18 key super here and there, but it's not like, I'm not going to sit here for like 25 turns or something like that. In terms of what we want to do, I do want to put Trunks in slot 2 right here. I guess we'll just do the STR, HL, or Tech Key Sphere, because that at least will give us like a tangible like stat we could look at where, you know, he's going to go up a little bit. Yep, we'll do that. Okay, and then we'll hit this. All right, let's see what Trunks does. And I think next turn I might just do like AGL Gogeta, physical Trunks, and then like AGL Gogeta active. Get that kind of like stats, and then we'll finish up. But yeah, Trunks looks pretty good. Definitely like him. I definitely feel like I could see myself using him quite a bit. You know, we'll see what the upcoming red zone is going to be like, right? What characters we might use, but could definitely see myself using this Trunks quite a bit. I mean, there is the 6 crossover character mission, right? So Trunks will definitely be an important piece of that potentially. Nice, Trunks at 26 million right there, okay. Then he does have one of my favorite lines in the game, guaranteed additional super, nice. Yeah, Trunks in slot 2, especially depending upon what links we might have up. If we've got Xenoverse up, which is a very powerful link, or if we've got yeah, if we have like Xenoverse up, or if we've got Cold Judgment up, one of these really strong defensive links. Defensively in slot 2, he's going to be looking really good, especially if we hit this right here. Right? This probably is when Trunks will be at his best. So, like, remember, he's already baseline giving this support right there. And he's got, you know, the crit and the dodge right there. And then we also hit this. I mean, he's going to be looking real good. All right, gamers, let's go. Let's drop the AJL Gogeta active. And see how Trunks is going to look right here. Again, we'll put him right in the middle. That way we'll be able to get access to, like, Fierce Battle and stuff like that. We'll pop the active here, too. Drop this. Trunksu. Okay. So we're on turn, what, 7 right here? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so we can just go ahead and drop this. Then we can hit this. Sure. All right, what's Trunks looking like right here? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, everything looks good with that AGL Gogeta active skill, right? Dude, the AGL Gogeta active skill. The active skill of dreams. Okay, all right, let's see what we get right here. In terms of the numbers for Trunks. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at his details afterwards. Okay, sure. I do kind of like super easy A Trunks as well, right? Like, sometimes I think he can get clapped up, but he's a pretty solid unit. Up to 44 right there for Trunks. Okay, cool. And then jumping up a little bit more, 47, okay. Yeah, we could always find a place for, like, a character that's got dodge, that could guard, that's got support, that has multiple turn support, right? Like, Trunks, he's got a lot of strong abilities we can make use out of, for sure. Guys, quick, just before we finish up here, I do want to make sure, let me not forget to get the KO screen for Xeno Trunks. And we can just run him in slot 1 here, too, just because we ran him in slot 2 and 3 constantly. That's where we want to run him. But, I mean, we could just take a look, too, and see what he looks like in slot 1. This will also, he does link up very well, obviously, with Ultra Super Villain God Vegeta and, regular God Vegeta as well, since the Vegetas don't change link sets when he transforms. All right, so let's see. So let's see the KO screen here. Yeah, so, Pui Pui had a fadeaway KO screen, and now Trunks has a fadeaway KO screen. So fire. It does look good. Trunks looks good. It's a good fadeaway KO screen. I like that. Nice little, like, they could do this for a lot of characters. I imagine it's probably not too much work to get that, but fadeaway KO screen, really nice. Really nice. While we're here, let's get the KO screen for God Vegeta. I actually haven't gotten that on the channel yet. God Vegeta also has a KO screen. Let's just come back and quickly get that too. All right, guys, we're here. Let's just go ahead and get the KO screen for God Vegeta, which he has on his 18-key super attack, which is definitely pretty good. Obviously, this is a direct reference to the Broly movie, right? I still would like to see a movie hero, God Vegeta, major character from the Broly movie, but, I mean, certainly until we eventually get that, this will definitely hold us off, right? And then there we go. Fadeaway KO screen, God Vegeta's 18-key. Gotta love it. That also looks... I think both of them look really good. Obviously, this, though, looks crazy. So, yeah, there we go. I love these Xenoverse 2 collab units. W. Alright, guys. So there was Xeno Trunks. Let's take a look at what we got right here. So, this is Tracking Evil Presences, Trunks Xeno. In terms of the leads we got here, so obviously we got God Vegeta's theme, he's on Deborah's, Gamma 2, Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1, the Hybrid Saiyan team, Vegeta family, and then of course Spawn, a Master, and Disciple. So, quite a few setups we could try him on, but I mean, he is restricted to Vegeta family or crossover, although Vegeta family right now is really not hard to build a team around, right? His leader skills, Vegeta family or Defender of Justice, category key 3 and 130% of stats. His passive skills, the History Trunks Traversed. He gets 2 ki and 250% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 30% damage reduction, and he gives crossover or Vegeta family allies 2 ki and 30% attack and defense. Per crossover or Vegeta family ally in the team, Trunks gets 100% attack and defense up to 500%, and 10% crit and 10% dodge up to 50%. So we do want to have at least a lot of Vegeta family category characters or crossover characters. I mean, it's fine because these are the categories he already supports, right? So when attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets 250% attack and defense and a guaranteed additional super. When receiving an attack with 12 or more ki, he gets 300% defense, which is good. With an int or physical ki sphere obtained, Trunks gets an extra 20% dodge in slot 2, and then he gets a guaranteed crit and guaranteed additional super in slot 3. And then with an STR, AGL, or Tech Key Sphere, he gives all allies 2 ki and 30% defense for 2 turns, and guards in slot 2, or gives all allies 40% attack and 20% crit for 3 turns in slot 3. So, I mean, at Trunks in slot 2, with that SCR, HL, or Tech Key Sphere, I think is a pretty valuable unit. And occasionally, you know, we could potentially, like, float him off and try and get that attack support for several turns, too. Regardless, quite good. Trunks' super attack is the Burning Slash. He gets 50% attack for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy, and then greatly lowers enemy defense. This is kind of like my one issue with Trunks. I just always would prefer just, you know, maybe like 30% defense right there, boom, and we'd be good. But I would like that. I just give a little bit of defensive value for some of these supers. I really would like that. Although I guess they don't do that because it really is like probably easier for them to power creep these characters when they don't get defense right here, right? Like it really does. His link set is Messenger from the Future, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Royal Lineage, Prepare for Battle, Xenoverse, and Fierce Battle. Here, of course, are his best linking partners. Super Easy A Trunks is a character we were using him with quite a bit, which got him a couple of links. Just didn't have Fierce Battle. Some of these other characters, like God Vegeta, you know, Mira and Toa, right? We do have several kind of like relevant characters on the crossover team. And, you know, we'll see what might happen after potential Easy A's for the crossover category. And then finally, Trunks' 12 key multiplier is 140%. That's what we typically see for these types of banner unit characters. And then in terms of categories for Trunks, he's on the Vegeta family team, which is definitely the best that's ever been right now, for sure. He's also on Defender of Justice. So more options for this is always good. Well, most of the, like, Xeno type characters are on this, right? Like, a lot of those hero characters, what is it, the Time Patrol? Like, all those types of characters are on here, so that's cool. Defender of Justice. Then, Trunks is also a Hybrid Saiyan category character, right? Not bad. We also have Trunks here on the Time Traveler category team. So, I think Time Traveler, we could be building up towards Time Traveler being like a real competitive team, especially with the Chaozu free-to-play character, which is going to be an LR, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Then, Trunks is also on the Bond of Master and Disciple category team right here. Trunks is also on the Battle of Wits team, so we'll see if that might become a stronger setup moving forward. Although I guess Gamma 2 is a pretty relevant leader right now, and he does lead Battle of Wits. Then there's also the crossover category team Trunks is on. That's one of the 2 major categories he's built around, right? Crossover and Vegeta family. So this category needs a lot of work. Let's see how much they're going to give it, right? Then Trunks is also on the Entrusted Will category team. You know, we've seen tough missions for this before, so more options for the category is always good. Trunks is also on the Bond of Parent and Child. I mean, you guys know, waiting on a lead for this one for sure. Then there's Earthbred Fighter. Same thing. I will never be mad with an Earthbred Fighter leader, right? So, would definitely love to get another one of those. Trunks is also on, what is a Successor? Yeah, this is the successor category that he's on right here, so that's cool. Successor category team. And then finally, Trunks is here on mission execution. Yep. Mission execution category. One of my favorite categories, right? Because it just gets a lot of characters that didn't have a ton of categories. So, really like that one. So, there was Xeno Trunks. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks guys for watching. I will catch you guys next time.